Rather than being a traitor, it would preferably be wiser to be a slave. In between a slave and a traitor, there is a little bit of, well, discernment that a slave can have. Even if a slave is born a slave and they're treated with being so all the life or all their lifetime, a slave can still grow some patience towards their master. A slave can still have some, you know, mm, good feelings, more or less, genuine good feelings, or a sense of honor towards those, whom they represent, you know, just like followers in a clan. When it comes to the traitor, well, the traitor doesn't have much. They just go by impulse to, and they just give in to whoever gives the most. And well, in a sick society, rather than being a slave, though, it is better to be a free being. Freedom is a choice. Freedom is not something that is given. Many people believe that people will fight for you and, they will earn freedom for you. Well, there will be those who will. Because ultimately, if your freedom is not worth dying for, well, that's synonymous to your slavery is worth living for. That's what things seem to be to many people. Fear or whatever. So, it is in a way preferable to be dead in a sick society than alive and a slave. It is preferable that, at least you die free. Because the point is, in a sick society, if you're healthy, you're already a pariah, because a sick society doesn't care about you, it just promises you things. And honestly, the point is very simple. The moment you're unhealthy, all the gates of the sick society open for you. You're promised all sorts of recovery options and the such. But the only recovery you will ever get is in your grave. A society which worships things and uses people is definitely a sick society. And aligning yourself with a profoundly sick society, well, just as Krishnamurti said, that's no measure of health. Now, life is worth living, whatever comes. We all have this impulse to conduct self-destruction. When life gets miserable, it is the first impulse of the mind. Whatever be, if it is beyond your capability, then conduct self-destruction. Well, this is something that a sick society also wants. Why do you think people are kept in poverty? Why do you think things are revered, in this consumerism world, right? In this consumerist world, why do you think things are so revered? Because it gives you a certain sense of power when you own so many things. But technically, you do not own the things. The things own you. Because we all buy things at a certain age. Some people probably their whole life. We all buy things that we don't need. We keep them there because we are attached emotionally. As wise people said, people do not buy products. People buy emotions. This is one of the subterfuges of, the mesmerism of consumerism. You are promised all the emotions and all the good feelings because your parents most likely were failures and didn't manage to show you the feelings that you needed, to teach you how to feel alive, not just live life, to feel alive. And the more we go into this, the more complex things can become. So, there's also, every time you do something wrong, narcissistic people will always tell you that you're not good enough. If you were better, right? If only you were better. This is one of the quotes that's constantly ruining a lot of people's lives, right? When it comes to a sick society, consumerism means that you become a slave of goods. You become a slave of the tools instead of using the tools to make your life better. A tool, whatever it be, well, it's just a tool. You can use it for good, you can use it for bad, you can use it for whatever other reasons. You can use it for other people, for yourself, or you simply don't use it. Our meaning and the such is the same. We don't need to do much about it. The more we pay attention to meaning is the same thing as we pay attention to things, because things are only important as long as one gives meaning to them, right? So point be said, there are a lot of things that one can say. Ultimately, in a sick society, it is you who is being ruled by the things. Obviously, a sick society will want you to be ruled by things. Because if things rule you, those who give you the things, those who manage and handle the market, also rule you, right? And when you're feeling useless, that you're not good enough in life, and then comes also the moment when you don't have the things that other people have, you're gonna make even more suffering in your life. So better be free in life. Obviously, we can give up on as many things as possible because life can be lived in a minimalistic way. The more one seeks inside, the more they realize that meaning is less and less relevant. One doesn't need meaning because meaning only belongs to the mind. And the mind, well, the brain basically is. The brain is only a small part of the mind. And obviously, it has its own limited usage. It's good for survival though. But ultimately, well, one can say one thing. Rather than being a slave, well, I'd rather be free. And freedom is worth fighting for. Just like life is worth living. All this being said, you are appreciated. Take care. Ferenjan Boer signing out.